Hello everybody, what's happening? It's Katie here and Vicky, aka Victoria when she wants to be taken very seriously, aka my wife. What do you think about that?
I'm still not used to it.
Anyway, we're doing something a little bit different. Well, obviously different, it's pre-recorded, which we never do anymore because we're lazy. But we're doing a special video for you guys, and why don't you tell us what we're doing?
Okay, so some of you may know, I'm sure a lot of you actually do know, our friend Diane Lassonde. Diane is a reseller that lives outside of Boston, and she actually runs the New England reseller meetup group. And she meets pretty regularly with her community there. She's been selling online for a long time. We met her through the eBay community, through eBay Open. In 2017 or 2018, I believe we met, and we became fast friends. And we spent quite a lot of time with Diane. She's a very active member of the community and a dear friend. She was just out here in Las Vegas with her entire family for our wedding reception a couple weeks ago. And actually we're gonna be visiting her this year. In a few more weeks I'll be going, and then Katie will be going back with me in May. Anyway, so Diane is a good friend of ours, and we thought we would do something a little bit special for her.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear the dogs right now, but Diane, they really wanted to be a part of the video, and so they're making lots of noise. But for those of you who know Diane, you know that in December of 2019, she was diagnosed with cancer. I'm not gonna get into like all the details. I am linking below the YouTube channel of Jen, her daughter. They've been making videos kind of following their journey through cancer treatment and everything, but I'm gonna kind of put it together really tight here. In December of 2019, she was diagnosed with cancer. It was never a matter of, you know, her beating it or, you know, them being able to cure it. It's really been about treating it to try to extend her quality of life so that she could spend her time with her family. Initially, the treatment she was gonna be taking, it was hopeful that if it worked, it would give her a few years. And it did work for, I don't know, 10 months, maybe 10 months. And so that's when she went on her death tour 2022, because like us, Diane likes to deal with things with humor, which we appreciate and we love her very much. But when it was no longer working, the cancer had changed, and so they began doing your more traditional chemo, radiation, a couple months back.
Stop the growth and again, buy her some more time.
But now it wasn't a matter of buying her a couple more years. It's now about buying her some more months with her family. And she did finally experience hair loss. And so she just recently had, after our wedding, finally shaved her head. And so
she's got a good head.
She does have a good head. Now you guys know Vicky, and you know that sometimes she makes emotionally based decisions.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And also that she loves her friends and would do anything for them. And so her first response was, I think I should shave my head too. That's what you said. But she looked kind of scared when she said that. And I told her, I'm like, you cannot shave your head. I go, I know Diane, you know Diane. She will be very upset with you. She'll be mad at you. She'll yell at you. She's not gonna want you to shave your head.
Well, she doesn't want to live her last years or months listening to me complain about my lack of hair, probably, either.
Yeah, that's kind of rude because she's the one with the cancer, so yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that.
Maybe I shouldn't.
It's not about you.
No.
So I told Vicky that, how about this? How about I shave my head? Because come on guys, my hair is pretty short. It's gonna come back in a few weeks anyway. We can make a video about it, hopefully have a little bit of fun with it. And also one of the big things that Diane has been doing in preparation for what's going to happen is she really wants to leave some sort of legacy. And so they have, the family has kind of come together and figured out like, how can they do that? And one of the things that she has really connected with is the Blind Center, where we have our Reseller Remix here in Las Vegas. And so they're in the process of setting up this, they call it the Fearless Living Fund, and in memory of Diane Lassonde, not yet. But the Fearless Living Fund, and basically they're still working out all the details, but basically it's going to be supporting people at the Blind Center with housing and some other things, and they're kind of working the details out. But we really
want it to be a lasting legacy, something that will be presented every year, some type of scholarship or grant to members that use the services at the Blind Center, so members in the visually impaired community.
But we're gonna let them talk about that, because after we are gonna be shaving my head here on camera, guys. After we finish that, we are going to reveal my new do to Diane and friends and family on video. And we're gonna let them kind of get into more of like what the fund is all about, what they're trying to do with it. And so we just figured this would be a nice way, a fun way. I'm sure Vicky will still cry multiple times, especially when she sees how bald I am, but also a lot with Diane. But we thought it'd be a nice way to kind of draw attention to what Diane is trying to do. And the dogs are helping out as they continue to play on the floor and act really obnoxiously.
So one of the things about the fund is that Diane is fortunate enough that she has good medical coverage, and financially she has not needed any assistance through her treatment and through these last, the last year plus. But a lot of people, when they hear news about somebody they care about, they want to help in some way. I think that's human nature. We want to help.
Yep.
And financially, Diane has not needed our help, but we did want to be able to help with something that she's putting together. And like a lot of you in the community might be looking for ways to help as well. So this is a charitable donation. It is not a 501c3, so it is not a tax write-off. However, it will be going to help a community that is very much in need and continues to be in need.
Yeah.
So we wanted to try to help raise a little bit of money to help get her fund started off with some outside contributions.
Yeah. And they're still setting it up, like we said. They're still in the process of getting it set up, getting the account set up. So for now, there's a link down below. If you do want to give, you're basically going to be giving to Vicky's Zelle, and we're going to track that. It'll be especially helpful if you put in the notes like what you're giving for, and of course we will follow up with you guys when that money is transferred over, and we'll let you know like how much we're able to raise. But again, we're going to see Diane and her family and friends here very soon, and they will be able to talk more about what that's all about, as well as enjoy my fancy new dome.
The fancy new hair.
Yeah, well, or lack thereof.
I mean, this is what you do. You get married and then somebody shaves their head.
Is that really like?
I think it's a thing.
Is that like a 3-week tradition of marriage?
We're making it a tradition. Maybe.
The hair-iversary?
Yeah.
3-week hair-iversary?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Like paper is your 1 year. I mean, maybe
okay, so
like
3 weeks is just shave your head.
Is bald. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Should we do this?
Let's do it.
I'm kind of scared, guys.
All right. You ready?
Hold on.
Are you still recording?
Yeah. Well, it's called editing. I know I never do it, but it's a thing.
She needs some strength in a bottle right there. All right.
All right. I'm a little scared though.
Here we go.
Wait.
I'm going in.
Remember how I showed you how to hold it?
All right. We're doing it so there's no going back. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, that's a nice look.
I mean, why not?
Oh, damn.
I mean, it's true. You really can't go back at this point. I mean,
no, there's really.
I mean, you could just stop.
I
just
suppose
be like,
you
I'm
could.
just leaving it like this.
I don't know. Eee. I hope you've got a good shaped head. Diane's got a nice head.
She does.
I don't know about you. We'll see. We're going on a cruise in 4 weeks. So Katie's gonna be wearing a hat the whole time.
It's like RuPaul says, how's your head?
It's good. Never had any complaints.
He's gonna do one side.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
It's happening.
You guys, she told me to get a towel, and I'm like, I'm getting the whole sheet. So I got my Christmas sheet.
I mean,
How's it feel?
it feels weird.
I've shaved my head one other time.
My daughter's done it twice.
Back in like the early 2000s. My nephew was little.
You thought you were gonna be a punk?
No. Let me tell my story and you'll know why.
Okay.
My nephew was little. He was probably like, I don't know, 6 or 7, and it was summertime, and he needed his head shaved.
Look at that. Now you've got like the bald man look. It's like you're wearing a bald wig.
It's pretty good. He needed his head shaved, and so I said I'd do it for him, and he was like, Auntie, you should do it too. And I mean, I had short hair like I do now, But at the time I was working construction with my dad, so I was like, yeah, why not? So I shaved my head too, and he thought that was the coolest thing. My dad was a little bit not as excited.
No?
But I just wore bandanas to work anyway, so it was fine. But it was fun. It feels good on your hand.
I mean, at least you have really short hair, so there's not like, you know, Trish and I both discussed this, and Trish wouldn't do well with shaved head either, so.
No. But the reality is, yeah, it's pretty low risk for me, like low sacrifice for me to do something like this. I mean, part of the thing about, you know, if you have cancer and you lose all your hair and you have to shave your head as a woman, I mean, I don't relate to this just because, you know, I got short hair, but I know for a lot of women, you know, their long hair has a lot to do with their femininity and how they feel about themselves, and it can be really traumatic on top of the trauma that's already there from just having cancer.
There's a lot of trauma that go around.
It's a whole lot of trauma. Which is why, you know, Vicky was saying how, you know, they haven't had to ask for money or anything, and, you know, it's true, not to use the word lucky, but I think particularly in this country, you know, when somebody in the family has a serious illness like this, it devastates you financially. And I'm really grateful that our friend Diane is able to just focus on
Her health.
on spending time with her family without the stress of how they're going to pay for it or how they're going to, you know, financially recover after. And it's just, you don't want that kind of thing clouding everything else. It's bad enough to kind of work through all the feelings of loss. And so, how's it going?
You're almost bald. I mean,
but
thankfully we didn't decide to do this before the wedding.
All right.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, I said I was going to do it, and then Vicky was like, well, you better do it quick, because we're going on a cruise beginning of February, and she's like, I don't want you bald on the cruise.
Well, you'll still be bald. You just might be a little less bald.
True. So you're going to, at the end, you're going to have to like kind of go back over everything and make sure
I'm aware.
Very even.
I mean, even as in just gone? See, I could be a hairstylist if all you wanted was to be bald. Yeah, I could.
But see, like when I get my fades and stuff and everything, it's like Ari, who normally does my hair, but she would have done this, but
you have a very strange shaped head.
Thanks. Even the parts that are
Diane, you have a very nice, round, pretty head.
How
Katy,
dare you.
Not sure she could rock this look.
I have before, and it looks good. I don't need your abuse.
People lied to you.
I like the way it looks.
They lied to you.
I don't need your abuse. Anyway.
The honeymoon's over.
Anyway, I was saying is that when Ari does my hair, it's like she goes over the same spots like 500 times with like 3 different razor or clippers, and so no.
At least you don't have to worry
strays
about
get left
styling
behind.
Products for a while.
I know. I could just soak my head. I just ran out of shampoo, so this is great.
And you just use soap?
Yeah. Just soap up my noggin.
Alright, I think we're almost done. Again, guys, she doesn't have a lot of hair to start with, so.
No, but like I said, you got to go back over it, like with your eyeballs, and make sure that it takes more than 5 minutes.
A couple long hairs there still.
Exactly. It's probably all over. You just don't notice yet.
Alright, so I got it all. I'm just going over. The dogs have no idea what's happening. They're going to think there's a stranger in the house, especially Grizz, because she's half blind now.
Rude.
She's gonna be like, I don't know what's happening. Who are these people? I mean, you got a pretty cute bald head.
I think so.
You just got a big dent in the back.
Okay, don't go so fast. It's a little scrapey.
Sorry.
Take me back to when my sister used to cut my hair.
I think he was just using it as an opportunity to abuse you, let's be real. I mean, if you get the chance. I'm not doing that, though. No, I think we're good.
You sure? Like all around my ears? There's no like stray long hairs?
No, but I mean, maybe after you shower, I will go back over, but right now,
I don't know. I don't trust you. There's a reason I wanted Ari to do this.
All right, I think you're done.
What about my neck?
I got your neck.
You sure?
Did your neck first?
We're good everywhere?
You're good.
Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, it feels good.
You need to go get a suntan now.
I know, right? Maybe I'll just get some spray tan just for the top of my head.
Just for the head.
Sure, right here, there's no... I feel like there could be more thoroughness being done here.
Okay, well I can't really see because you're starting to get red too, so.
It's okay, I can clean it up myself later too.
You'll be able to do it by feel.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I can see, you're done.
All right. Okay, and also, I got, because you know Diane's favorite color is teal.
Yes, her favorite color is teal, like the color of my walls.
So for when I want to go out in public and I don't want anyone thinking that I'm in a gang, I got something special. You want to grab that for me?
Oh, of course.
Help me be my stylist.
For sure.
Whoa, little hairs all over me. I think I look pretty good. I was just watching a documentary on Sinead O'Connor too. All right.
1 second, I just missed this one spot that I can see.
Mm-hmm. Weird, how'd that happen?
We have a very badly lit kitchen.
Well, that and you kind of walking around me going, okay, I'm done.
See how she talks to me now, guys?
Hey, they are my witnesses. They saw the level of thoroughness that you committed to this project.
Oh, I did. You don't have that much hair, babe.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Am I out of the picture?
Yep.
Wait, hold on, I need you to style it for me.
I mean,
It was supposed to be like short hair, but it's like not very, ow, you just poked my eyeball out. How's it look?
awful. But hey,
No, it looks amazing. Hold on. I'm gonna be like Evo.
well then it would be in your eyes, so.
Well, no, but I have to have it, stop. I have to have it hanging down and I kind of do this every once in a while. Right?
Sure.
What do you think?
It's
Diane's
you.
gonna like it?
I think so.
All right.
You're about ready to call her and do the reveal?
Well, we'll see. All right, guys, when we come back, we'll be on with Diane and her family and friends, revealing what has just taken place.
Okay.
What do you
We'll
think?
see you back in a minute with the power of editing.
What? Hello, do you like my new hair?
It's great. I love it. That must have taken quite a thing.
I think the colors go really well together.
So long.
I think she should keep it because I mean we look pretty cute.
You
Yeah,
look
you
cute.
do.
Like a
You look like
short-haired
a
wig,
girl
but-
group.
It's pretty long. I just look super emo.
Come over here.
You have to come all the way around.
Yeah, Julie, go around the back.
Neither of them right now. Can
So
you
hello, I see we have Diane, of course, and we have Trish,
Oh, they have.
and we got Rick in the back, and Julie in the back, and we got Chris over to the side there. What's going on, you guys? What's the party happening right
We're
now?
drinking and
Julie's
having a
drunk.
good time. Okay, no. Diane, I want to see your cleavage. Shoot.
Inappropriate.
It's been inappropriate
Oh,
all night.
bullshit. What are you talking
There's
about?
plenty of inappropriate.
Oh, now we can't monetize the video, Julie. Thanks a lot.
She didn't say the F word.
Just
Sorry.
kidding. Just
You got about
kidding.
$20 you're gonna pay now because you
I
said
gotta
bad
pay now.
words.
That whole
It's true.
$7 we get per video that we do, you know.
So we did a whole intro for our video, and then of course we shaved my head, and then we're going to talk to you some more about it. But are you ready for the reveal?
I think,
Maybe.
We might cry.
You ready?
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Your head looks good.
it looks good.
You're like twins now.
Oh my god.
Well, Diane's is white.
mine's
Katie's
white.
is black.
I mean, Diane actually has a much better head, but we're not going to talk about that.
Why are you so abusive?
Well, you're
Because the whole time she just keeps telling me my head shaped weird. I'm like,
I
that's not being very supportive.
I think you're.
We have to see the back of it to get a, you know.
Oh, I have a really good scar in the back of my head.
What'd you do?
Yep. So the scar back here, and then if you tip your head back, she's got like a dent right here. That explains a lot.
You're not supposed to hit her right there.
I'm thinking the fontanelle didn't quite
Do I have
close.
dents?
I'm not
Nope.
sure.
No, Diane
Diane has
Diane has
spotty.
brown spots.
All right, wait. I'll turn around.
Wait, hold
hold
on.
on. I'll flip around.
That's because you're
Look at
fancy.
Oh, you got like Dalmatian hair.
Oh, like Dalmatian, exactly.
Yeah.
I love it.
What are your dents in your scar from, Katie?
My scar. Do you remember in Superman 2 where the little kid is at Niagara Falls and he's playing on the railing and he's grabbing it and like going back and he falls in?
Yeah.
I did that, but on the back of a trailer in front of our house, and I hit the pavement and split my head open.
Yikes.
Well,
what about the spot?
I think you both look great.
Oh,
Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry, and I'm drunk.
and you're gonna make Vicky cry too.
Well,
we
that's how
love
I was
you.
this morning. I was like, my whole mouth was, Kate and Vicky's like, don't start. Don't start. I'm like,
Well,
I
we
had-
love you, and we wanted to show our support, and we knew that Vicky would be in big trouble if she tried to shave her head.
Katie,
oh, we would all be in big trouble if she shaved her head.
Katie,
It's like Trish. If Trish and I both want to,
wait,
yet you don't want us to.
I
No.
don't want to. I mean, I want to, but I
Angry-
don't want to.
So I'm taking the hit for everybody.
That's,
But we
Thank
also
you.
want to talk about, so I'm going to have the link down below to Jen's YouTube channel. So, you know, we don't have to get into like all the details because people can go and look at the videos there if they want to learn more about, you know, what's been going on with you the last year. But I wanted you to tell us a little bit, Diane, about the fund that you guys are setting up kind of as your legacy, because we want people who are watching, if they are so inclined, look what I did, you guys, give us some money. You could donate some money to go towards Diane's fund, but why don't you tell us what the fund is?
so, as you know, Katie and Vicky have their Boss Reseller Remix at the Blind Center of Nevada. Oops, I always go the wrong way.
Me too.
And
well,
they're building, the Blind Center is building housing, 100 housing units. And when we were there the last time, it just hit my heart that, you know, we have so much. And even though I have this terrible disease and it's going to take me away from here, I've been given so much in my life that these people have never had. And so I went out to see you guys and we did a tour and we set up a fund. It's called Fearless Living, and they need to be able to fear less. These people live, they get $1,000 a month. It's below poverty. And if they had a house, the government would take $700 because that's the lowest amount that can be taken away from these people. So they have $300 left. Then if they got a cell phone, it's another $100 away from their money. So they have $200 to live for the month. That's if they have a house. Otherwise, they live under the overpass. And the Blind Center picks them up and brings them to the Blind Center, and they work every day. They're just, it amazes me. Like if you've been to the Reseller Remix and you've eaten that food, blind people made it. If you
I'm putting up.
heard the band the last night, they're blind. They go there every day and they can have lessons for free. They just take care of these people. They also give them food to take back home with them. So there's lots of wonderful programs there, but they still have to bring them back to the street because they don't have a place to live. So I would like to, in my memory, I would like to set up this foundation so that we can support 1, 2, 3, depends on how much money we get every year, to have one person live without having to pay that extra out of their own money. So that's really what I thought of. And
I think that's amazing.
I think it's amazing. I think anyone that has been to the Blind Center, they understand why we have our event there, but they also understand what a special place and a special community they have there, much like our reseller community that kind of takes care of each other, and we've all become close over the last several years. They are a very close-knit community. They take care of each other. And I think that this is the perfect type of way for you to leave a lasting legacy with your family, because you're a very giving person in general. You know, you're giving of yourself and your heart and your home, always. And I, like I had said earlier in our video before Diane joined us, you know, you were fortunate enough, if you can say you're fortunate, but fortunate enough that this disease is not financially devastating you like it does so many people in this country. You have the means to be able to, your family to take care of you and take care of each other financially. This devastates people financially in many ways. And I think that when we hear about a friend or someone we care about facing something like this, the normal inclination is we want to help, right? And it's not something that any of us can take away. We can't help you. You don't need our financial help. We can be here and be supportive of you and your family members and show our love and support. But what we can do is we can use our little platform, whatever it may be, to reach some other people that may want to help. And if they can help financially, doing so in your memory while you're still here, to help you get this fund started and the foundation going to help other people going forward, I think is a really important thing.
Right. And the other thing that we learned when we went to this tour that they gave us, they gave my family a tour, was that some of them, it's the only thing they have is their cell phone. And their cell phone costs them $100 a month. And so, and maybe that's all we get to do. Maybe we get to support like a bunch of people with cell phones. We're so fortunate to have a cell phone.
But that's how you connect with people. And it's like you take that away and it's like they have no way to communicate with the people they care about.
They're already struggling being visually impaired in a world that is not adaptive for most of them. They're already struggling with their basic moving around, getting around, working, trying to, you know, do that type of thing in a world that is not meant to cater to those that have visual impairments. Mm-hmm. And if you have a cell phone taken away too, or you don't have access to a cell phone, that's a whole other means of communication, or maybe your only means of communication or connection.
I'm sorry, could you live without your cell phone?
Hell no. You all see me. I get yelled at once a week for getting on that thing in the middle of a show.
No, but I think, you know, you already are in the process of setting this up. And so we just feel like, you know, why not have other people help contribute to that? Because the more that you have, the more people you're able to reach and help. And I think that, you know, people will take all your thoughts and prayers, people, but it'd be nice to actually be able to push this impact out longer and larger and
give whatever you can. $5 makes a difference. I mean, if you skip your Starbucks tomorrow and you know, and donate $5, that's fine. We'll take anything.
Well, you know, when you get up and you think you have a bad day, right? But your bad day, you still have your house, you still have your phone, your car, you go, you know, do your job in your home or wherever it is that you are working. You still have all of these wonderful things and you have your sight. These people don't have any of those things, but yet they get themselves up and they get to that blind center and they try to make their life better. And those are the people that I want to help. I don't want to just give a handout to people because that's not me. You need to be working. Anybody who's heard any of my lectures through all of these years know that I'm not very easy on you.
Hand up, not a handout.
Right. So that's what I want.
I just want to say that, you know, we live in Boston. So the fact that maybe I can't say this.
That I want to help people in Las Vegas means something. Is that what you're going to say? Because
that was what I was going to say, but I can't say it. So love you. Goodbye. I have to go now.
Well, the reality is, you know, a lot of times when somebody is going through cancer and they end up, you know, you ask people to give to something, it's to like cancer research or this cancer hospital or this other cancer cause. And I feel like, you know, for you, it's like you looked at something that you were passionate about through your connection in the reseller community through coming to the remix, getting to actually meet the people at the Blind Center.
You know
And
exactly.
you connected with them personally. And it's not just about what you're going through right now with cancer. Cancer doesn't define you. It's how you help other people, how you see a need and you want to do something about it. And that's what you're trying to do, I think, with the Blind Center.
And I think that like we said, other charities, they have a large overhead costs. A lot of charities do. And that's just the way it is. The bigger the charity, the bigger their overhead. So the smaller the percentage of your donation is that actually goes to help the people that it's intended to help. The Blind Center is very, very well run in their own type of fundraising, that every dollar that they take in does make a difference. It's going to pay for lunches for 1 week or 1 day for people, or it's going to fund one of their projects, their art room, their art therapy, or it's going to fund a field trip, or in your case, what you want to designate it for, it's going to help with somebody with housing.
And Diane, you met with them, so you're working with them to make sure that every dollar that you're putting in there is going directly to what it is you want to support.
I made that very clear because I just remember a long, long time ago when my grandmother passed away and I didn't have any money, and I think I gave $35 to the St. Francis House, and that $35 was wasted. I got like 972,000 mailers. I felt like they just threw all the money that I worked so hard for away. And I never wanted to give to anybody after that because I felt like it was just all administrative costs. So when we went, I told him that. I'm like, I don't want any money to go to you. I'm not paying your salary. You can have other things for all of that. And he's like, you can set it up the way you want it. And
designated donation. I ran a nonprofit organization for many years. Some of you know that. And what we did was, it was a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and all of us were volunteer. So every penny we raised went back to the people we raised the money for, and there were no administrative costs. We paid them out of pocket.
Right.
As much, even postage, we would pay out of pocket.
And with my nonprofit background, I can really appreciate. One of the things I love about the Blind Center is being able to see how good they are and how smart they are about raising money for their organization through things like renting out their space as a venue, and
catering events
and doing
buying a food truck.
So all of that stuff, they're able to raise their own money that's not from donations to be able to pay for things like salary and overhead plus programming and all the things that they're able to do for the people they serve. So.
Well, I think if you've been to the Reseller Remix, you have a glimpse into it. But I can honestly say that the first year I didn't even know that there was a tour, so I totally missed it. And so when Ryan came in, I said to him, I need to get on a tour. I didn't get on a tour. I want to go on a tour. And he's like, I'll do one just for you. And then I had a whole bunch of folks that came with me. But I think people don't realize what's behind the wall. And I think we need to do a better job of explaining that too, so that they can actually know what's happening there and how great a place it is that we're.
I think if you go and you're able to experience the tour, it gives you a better idea. So we definitely upped the tours this year, and we'll definitely do that again in the coming years. I think it's really important to take that opportunity and see the behind the scenes and see why we're holding our event there.
They have an eBay store there. Like if you haven't been, you don't know this, but they run an eBay store. So we can actually allocate the money for the housing to someone who works in the eBay section, either in the warehouse or in the where they do the listings. But the only problem is, which is not really a problem, their employees stay for a long time. So there's not that many jobs for them. So we may run out of people just in the eBay department. So we may have to offer it to other people as well. But
like the kitchen.
So at the beginning, it'll be like for the eBay people until they run out of them, and then they'll figure that out.
Well, and for as long as the remix is going on, hopefully we're going to have the honor of being able to announce whoever the recipients are each year. And I'm hoping that that's going to be, we'll be able to do the first one this next year.
Yeah, that would be
And God
great.
willing, you'll be there too, Diane.
We'll see.
Maybe we'll be able to do the first one with you here.
Yeah. I've already got in mind who I want to pick for the first one because I told them I get to pick the first one.
There you go.
That's my rule.
Now that's a real legacy right there.
That's a good rule.
Right?
Mhm.
So, well,
All right. Well, thank you. I hope that you like my new do. We
I
did this
love
for you because we love you.
That's just amazing. And if you don't want to donate because I said so, look at what she just did to her head. Like, you really need to put some money on the table for that. Like, I think it's beautiful. And we have to get one like kind of together somehow.
I know, right?
So we can have the two heads. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the black shading on yours. I wish I had that.
You do on the back.
We're back in spots.
You're like a
Just the Dalmatian spots.
All right, well, we're gonna sign off for now and end this video, but stick around because we're gonna keep talking to you guys, just not recorded, because we're gonna get real wild up in here. Okay, we got our white claw. But thanks guys for coming and hanging out with us and watching this video. And
we got an angry orchard over here. I don't know.
Oh boy. All right, we better sign off before something gets recorded that none of us want to have recorded.
Exactly.
Bye guys.
Did you edit this?